think we have a chance though.
Hello. Comfort.
Oh,
Are we recording?
get comfortable, Jack.
Oh.
Comfy? Don't want to dislocate the other shoulder. You right?
Hello. What?
Welcome.
Hello.
Yo. Welcome. What is it again?
This is Redline.
To Redline Anytime, episode 18.
Yeah. 18. No.
Because 17 didn't happen, did it? So, first point of order. Are we well anyway, gentlemen? It's been a couple of weeks.
It's
Let's
been,
do
yeah.
introduction.
Well,
we're getting there, I think.
Yeah.
Well, the full story will unfold.
Yes.
First topic of business. What happened to episode 17? So, cast your mind back 2 weeks, and we were all excited about me going to Dovey the next day.
That's right.
Trying out MagPeds, and I was going like that. Ha ha! You can't ride. I was going to ride with Mitch. Everything was going to be cool. Everything was cool, right? So
you're having some good runs.
Honestly,
you?
It was having a great day.
And did you say the MagPeds helped?
So, like, the V10 was feeling like planted. I was feeling really good. To the point where it's like 2-3 runs in, it's like, well, do you know what? I'm going to give these MagPeds a go, Mitch. So we stopped, put these pedals on, changed my shoes over. He's like, kind of looking at me, and I'm like, honestly, no, I'm going to give these a go. Whoa, like, didn't really take a full run to get into them, and was just like, oh, that's really good. So it's just enough to like hook up, if you know what I mean, just to get over.
Like a little bit more,
but like, if it's all going,
you can just still.
It's all going belly up. Then as we'll get to, as if it all goes tits up, then it's not too difficult to get off. So get the MagPeds on. We're doing we're riding our way in, dead sensible, not taking too many risks. Just not, like nice change. Mitch was going to like the Alps the next day, so he couldn't afford an injury. So I was out front, just whipping down Super Swooper into that nightmare left. And it was almost like I'd done a Scandi and gone like the left side of it, but not got it back round again. So the bike just shimmied left. I went into the wall, come to a complete stop.
Crumpled.
Killed your helmet.
Crumpled into the wall.
Yeah, that hurt.
Head first.
Really hurt. Head first into the wall. Killed the helmet.
Out of the game.
All this arm was just like fully just black and blue. A couple of broken ribs, a bit of concussion.
And you had to drive home to it.
I had to drive from Dovey as well. Like
the full package.
The full package.
Yeah.
Rung Neil on the way home. Dude, I needed to meet me at hours. It was just take me straight to hospital. I'm battered. I'm not good. You can feel him like clunk like that. So that was all really funny until he started putting cannulas in, talking about internal injuries.
Became serious.
Having CT scans. I'm not getting morphine. And I'm like, it's like my own episode of New Amsterdam.
It's just like you had a car crash.
Yeah, honestly, they were like, no, you've had your bell rung. Like, it's a whole different ballgame. However, credit to the NHS. Didn't wait more than 10 minutes at Victoria. It was like straight in. They didn't muck around. Sent me down to Arrow Park. Didn't wait more than 10 minutes at Arrow Park. It was full. Absolutely chocker. And they were just like, I'm like, I had to stumble through the waiting room like of all these fuming people. He's only just coming. He's so yeah, was a bit battered.
Battered and bruised.
Probably the biggest one I've had in recent years by quite some margin. So yeah, thanks.
You're a bit beaten up,
to
that's
you guys.
for sure.
Thanks to Michelle. Obviously, like everybody really. That's just like we,
So that
bonkers.
pretty much season over, isn't it?
So on top of that, you were also not so well.
Yeah, I was in the best.
Neil's been a bit crook, and
guts were a bit bad. So
the latest thing to why isn't it working didn't occur till a couple of days ago, did it?
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So there's me now off the bike officially for about 6 weeks. The advice is just take it easy. I'm not as young as I used to be.
And it takes longer to heal.
So I'm basically out racing, not racing for the rest of the season now. So that's what happened to episode 17 in a nutshell.
Pretty much.
It was it the week? Yeah, it was last week. So I was all the bruises. I literally we bagged up some leaves and stuff and was going to take them to the tip, and I've just been outside like shirt off. Do you know what I mean? Went to get in the car, and Michelle's like, whoa, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to the tip out. She went, you're putting the t-shirt on. I was like, what are you about? It's like, she's like, no, honestly, it looks like I've beaten the crap out of you. I'm like, okay, I'm like, you're embarrassed of me bruising. I'm like, I thought chicks stick scars, do you know what I mean?
Of course he's done.
I'm like, oh, just like that.
Help.
Do that
Secret signal.
little sign like that. She hits me. Every time she turns around, I just flinch a bit like that. So
What are you doing?
I have been in better shape. I'm a bit better now. I'm a bit mobile. I can do some stuff. Everything has just been a bit bonkers. Leading up to the other why isn't it working? Why isn't Jack working? He was due to get his cast off on Monday.
Yeah.
Was it this Monday?
It's the coming Monday, but because of form of the student, we put it back a week.
That's right. Yeah.
So a couple of days ago, Jack, in his infinite wisdom, decided to try and do a forward roll. And dislocated his shoulder. Fully dislocated his shoulder.
Left arm.
A couple of days before
Yeah,
trying to perform the student. So now he's just about to come out of his cast, and then ironically still can't ride his bike for a couple of weeks at least. Honestly, the funniest thing would be with my foot in his armpit, pulling on his cast, popping his arm back in.
Can you not just lift it?
No,
I used to have to do my nephews, and the way to do is we like grab him by the wrist, grab him by the elbow, while he stood there nice and relaxed, and just give it a bit of a lift and a twist, and then go back in, and
you sort of
like
twist
that.
it outwards like that. Don't
God
you?
for that.
Yeah. Well, he just got the only place he could be where he was comfortable was flat on his back, and that was like he started to breathe, and he was like, "There's no way this is going back in all the time." You're like this, so like
Shaking and
he's
shit.
just like lying there. I had to give him a spoon to bite on and like that. Sorry, mate, this is how it goes. He's like, and like turned his head away, was like talking to him. As soon as he turned his head away, distracted himself, he just went and pop back in. All the time he was like there.
I was like,
there's just no way.
It's that feeling though, isn't it?
Yeah,
And it going back in.
The relief.
the relief.
So he's come out a couple of times. Both times have resulted in hospitalisation. This time I'm like, listen, dude, right, these are your options. So like, we go to the Aussies, we sit there for 4 hours. This doesn't go away, or we learn how to put it back in again. It's like a couple of minutes on YouTube.
Sat there with my arm dislocated. It's like, yeah, I'll give you 3 options and you can pick one. Let's watch the videos for them all as well. So like, yeah, collar.
Still 4 hours later.
So like,
hold me arm.
There's a couple that needed him to be sat up, and one that needed him to be on his front, and one of them was lying on his back. The one that he was like, as he was sat up, because he's got a cast on, it's got extra weight on it, so he's just like that. Like that's not going to work. The other one requires you to lie on your front and be able to dangle your arm. Like that's not going to work. Like that, right? I need to get you on your back. And as soon as he lay on his back, it took the weight off. It was like, just give it. Just give it. Like, whilst he's doing it, I'm rolling a towel up like that. Yeah, no worries. I'll just put that there. Yeah. And I'm kind of getting in position, like relax your arm, just let it go. Relax your arm. And he's like, look, shiny over his shoulder like that. Oops, there it went. There you go.
Yeah.
So at least we know how to do it now.
Yeah.
Like, parenting wins there.
Honest God, it's not a feeling that you want.
Well, the irony is, right, almost the exact to the day, almost exactly 2 years ago, he popped it out literally days before we were going to go to form the student again.
Because the pictures with him with his swing, you know.
Yeah, like that. We had long hair and everything.
That was a long time ago.
I actually called in at the bike shop today to see Adam, but he was out. I had a little chat with his mum. Hope your dad's well. So Adam's going to give us a bell and let us know what the bike's up to. But honestly, I'm in no rush for it. I can't ride it.
All the time it's there, it's not in the...
You'd be pleased to know as well the V10, not a mark on it.
Oh yeah, no, I cleaned it when you...
Not a mark on it. It's literally like... It's like that.
You went that way, the bike went that way.
No, we both went the same way.
But
I got into the wall first.
Once you hit, that's what I mean. Once you hit, you went that way and the bike went that way.
That means that the impact was all you.
Yeah, honestly, the bike was pristine.
That lovely New Jersey that I got, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm going to need another
Sorry.
one. Boss. but
buy the same one.
Not in any hurry.
No.
I definitely won't need it for this season. So we don't know what the prognosis is with his arm, whether he's going to make the last race of the season or not. But I'm out for the season. But MagPeds were really good. For the few runs I did on them, really, really good.
Was your runs on with the MagPeds faster than without? Do you think? Did it feel faster, or was it just more fluent and being able to? It
felt more planted.
Yeah.
It just felt like, rather than like, you know, on the drop, sometimes you, like the bike can get away from you and you like feels light on your feet. It just felt like it was under your feet all the time. So if I needed to change line, I could just almost hop in, bunny hop, and just like that. Boom, you just pick it up and just sit it into a wall, or do you know what I mean? And you can just like lean forward and hop the back end over stuff. So you, rather than like it bouncing, and sometimes like
you haven't just got the motion of pushing it down to make it come up. You can just pull your legs up.
I felt like I could work it a bit better. You know what I mean? Like more connected to it.
So is it big up? Big up
MagPeds, definitely. The only thing is, I think I need the slightly bigger pedal size because I've got like wide ass feet. But other than that,
the MagPeds look good on your bike, though.
Do look bossos.
I love how you got rid of orange pedals for the stamp set. What is it? Stamp 10s?
Stamp 7s.
And then end up back on orange
Yeah,
pedals.
but these are anodised orange pedals, not shit orange pedals.
They are
horrible.
cool. They
are coolers.
And
they work really well because, like, you can also just ride the other side with standard pedals.
If you want to.
You can ride any side with standard pedals.
Really cool.
So MagPeds.
MagPeds, big up, love it. Can't wait to heal and go and have another go at them. But yeah, it didn't even really take long. Like, get used to it. Didn't feel weird or anything. Just as soon as you get going, you just like, whoa. You just forget it.
It's the exact same feeling, but you've got more motion.
So yeah, Mitch, got to big up Mitch for not actually laughing a lot. To be fair, he was right
on Facebook in public.
He was right behind me as well. When he almost rode right into me. It was like, oh my god, nearly did a me, and just like. It wasn't far away from where you had your big one as well. It was just a bit further down there. So yeah, big up Mitch. Was a great day. Was loving it. He went and did some more in the afternoon. Left me driving home.
I can't go
around for a bit. Do you know what? Like, what else could you do?
That's it. Where was the nearest hospital from there?
Oh God knows. It'd be like Wrexham or something. Wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean?
It's one of them, innit? Your van there and someone takes you to hospital.
I didn't just like get injured, jump in the van and come home. I hung around for a bit, waited for the adrenaline to crash, got some caffeine in, got some sugar in, waited for the shock thing to sort of kick in. Got a load of cake in, be chilled out, got some ibuprofen in straight away. It was just like when I stopped feeling like
woozy,
I started coming to, then I was like, right, I reckon I'm going to be able to go. Once I got in the van as well and got comfy, it was like, yeah, it's doable this. Rested my arm on the door, so that sound, as long as I can change gear, we're fine. But yeah,
it's more comfortable in my car though, wasn't it? In the Recaro.
Oh, dude, honestly, I jumped in your car, it was like, it completely supported you all the way from your waist up to your shoulders. You're just like, oh, can you put this in my living room, please? Like, it's the most comfortable I've been since falling off my bike.
But they are comfortable though.
No, honestly, dude, it's just the support, because your rib cage can't move or anything.
You got proper bucket seats?
Bowsers. So yeah, Cam sneezed the other day, felt like I'd been shot. He come running down like, you're alright?
I was upstairs, the door closed, with like playing a game, and like I heard him just go, ah! I was like, came downstairs, he's there bent over the breakfast bar. I was like, oh, I was like, you okay? Sneezed.
The chair motion.
Pushed it back out.
I know how it feels when I had my open heart surgery. Coughing and sneezing after that. I don't think I sneezed for weeks because I was that scared to. Do you know what I mean? It was like, but coughing, you had to cough all the time, but you had to use a cushion when you coughed. Do you know what I mean? So I know what it feels like. But it's just like you don't want to do it because you never know what's going to happen.
So we can actually draw like a very grown-up conclusion from all this. Had I not been wearing the best product, I had body armour on, I had pads on, I had a Troy Lee carbon helmet on, do you know what I mean? Had I not had any of that on, or like
an inferior,
all cheaper, or do you know what I mean?
Cheaper.
You cannot compromise on it.
It comes first.
It's just
you buy the gear, then you buy the bike.
Honestly, like you could see in my arm where the actual pads was like much much less bruised than the bits that were. And they
did its job, didn't
coming up in like weird places around your thumb and like like my fingers aren't swollen. It's like that. Well, no, if you look at it compared to the other hand, it's because like everything's swollen.
It's like your bicep. Bruise of hell.
Yeah, you could just have like a purple
then your
bicep.
Shoulder, where the body armour was, just a small bruise. It's like that's a shattered collarbone.
You could see where the
body armour saved it.
You know what I mean?
So the message is,
wear
your stuff, man. Wear your protective gear
and
at all times.
That wasn't even taking the piss. Wasn't going like pushing it. It was one of those freak accidents where the bike shimmied left and shimmied right in a left-hand turn with no runoff. It was crazy. Years and years of riding, you couldn't have predicted it, couldn't have seen it. However, because it was so sudden,
these things happen, man.
I didn't tense up and hit the wall. I think if it had been one of those, you got a second or two to think about it, that would have been a nightmare. But fully safe by the protective gear. Yeah. So don't even think about trying it without that shit, because you've no idea how quickly it goes wrong and how much it goes wrong. Yeah. So
buy your gear.
Buy the best you can afford. Yeah. Don't skimp on it. And wear it every single time, because they just come out of nowhere.
Something's better than nothing.
Oh yeah.
And the NHS are amazing, honestly.
Yeah, straight.
As is everybody that pitched in and was just like, oh, I got Meals on Wheels from Shell. Like, oh, dude, honestly, I can't begin to explain. Even everybody pitched in. Right, so we've because of that, we've not really done much.
No.
There's not really been much happening. There's been some pretty funny internet stuff going on. Most of what I've seen, it really isn't fit for.
No, I mean, same.
Just sending not appropriate stuff. Yeah. Let's just go on to something more appropriate, like mountain biking. Going from crashing, we got Les Gets.
Oh yeah.
There was like round 5 of the Downhill World Cup.
Is it Amory Piron, whatever his name is?
Yeah, the French bloke.
Mate, it was absolutely flat, and it was properly muddy.
It started off like really nice, and then I think practice was all right on the day of the race.
Seeding was really ideal conditions.
Yeah, seeding, and then they had the race the next day, and it just bucketed it down. Yeah. Completely like slosh.
I watched some of Ronan Dunn's on boards, and he's like gone out of the start gate, got into the first turn, and
he lost his run on the first turn.
He
honestly could not go anywhere.
It was like completely unpredictable as well. You couldn't have seen it. It wasn't banked over a lot. Wasn't standing wide.
Just lost it. Honestly, ridiculous.
Well, that's why they get paid the big dollars. Yeah. Andy Kolb as well, second place.
Yes, he did.
He's coming back from injury as well. And so Amory Piron also coming back from injury. He's been out for quite a while. I'm pretty sure.
A little bit. Yeah.
He's now coming back to fitness. Obviously, Andy as well. Mr. Kolb riding on that there Allerton.
Of course.
Still dodgy moustache.
Canadian though.
Right. So that's all been going on in the background. Lewis Hamilton won a Grand Prix. We'll get on that.
British Grand Prix.
MotoGP was boss as well. That's been away for a bit. That's come back. I think Jorge Martin's doing his best now to lose this championship after seemingly doing his best to win the championship. He just keeps waiting till like the second to last lap and just like falling off. It's like a massive lead under no pressure. I'm Spanish. I am firing. Do you need to get your shoulder down all the time?
No.
I mean, it looks cool. It's Redline.
How close they get the full-on shoulder, right? They're
like,
nearly vertical,
and he's not a tall lad, do you know what I mean? There must be like probably his lower leg just hooked over the seat. He's that far off it, do you know what I mean?
It's so close to the ground, man. How they do that? That is ridiculous.
Right, so there you go.
Credit to the tyres.
This
Otherwise, they won't be able to do it.
This highlighted like quite a funny thing. Marc Marquez had a 100-mile-an-hour double high side over the top of the waterfall at Saxon Ring, right? Flipped him off, flew down the track, and he like the camera's just following him for ages as he's like sliding to a stop. You're like, oh my god, he covered some distance there, didn't he? Bouncing along, ding, 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 ding. Bruised the rib, broke the tip of his index finger, and then jumped on and went again for quality. You know what I mean? And like You don't make them like that.
No,
Imagine if that had been a footballer. Oh my God!
It's off on a stretcher.
Yeah,
A bit like that.
yeah.
Stop the
He'd
race.
be dead.
So the point was going to be, should we try riding in MotoGP leathers with the airbags and all that kind of stuff? What do you think?
On the bike,
yeah.
You'd be so stiff.
Yeah, but you get them cut to fit your ride position, like they are, like they're cut to fit that position.
Yeah,
aren't
just
they?
imagine-
You'd be stuck like that.
In that full
I like
race.
the. I
Yeah,
like
but like the second, like the algorithm, he's coming off like that. All the airbags go off.
Just bounce down.
Yeah, be like that.
They're just constant like
Mitch full on Michelin, man.
Like protector shoulders.
like in the same position for the whole thing.
Inflated.
Do you not think that's a good idea?
I don't.
I'm with
I
you
mean,
on the
like,
airbags.
there are lots and lots of money. Like,
Yeah. No, I
shitloads of
know.
money, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
A
And
lot
like
of
Alpine stars.
I'm with you with your body get armour and your protection and stuff, but I'm not with that.
I
So-
think it'd only be worth it though if somebody crashed and you could see what actually would happen.
That one time.
And
Yeah,
surely they'd only
Spend
go
a
off at a certain
spend a-
speed.
Get fined
Yeah,
some.
yeah.
Yeah, find
Like
some.
you
you're
hit
not
the
hitting
tree
them
and it's like a
speeds, are you?
boing.
You're like full of
Like you
accelerometers
deploy
like,
as
you've
you
got
hit the
computer
tree.
on board, like
Yeah.
when you feel like we're moving in a certain like direction or at a certain acceleration, it's like that. Oh,
Boom.
and then it doesn't go straight away.
Right.
It waits,
Yeah.
and then it goes boom. So
Right.
like you took off presumably, and you're now in the air. Rather than it going like whilst you're still on it, it waits for the thing, waits for the shot, and then I think it waits for like a second trigger before it realises that you're now off the bike, and then like within a couple of tenths of a second, it's like that, and off you go. And some of them like you could set it off once, right? And some of them have got like 2 shots. So you can like if it goes off mid-session, because I remember one of them used to be like celebrate. It was Mark Marquez when he won one of his championships. Was like set his own, or it might have been French bloke. What's his name? The couple of world championships. I can't remember his name. Fabio. So Fabio says like celebrating. That's quite funny.
Wow.
So yeah, MotoGP tech. Filtering its way down to downhill mountain biking.
I reckon you could, but not in leathers.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Not in leathers.
Not at all.
I'm like,
What about the chaps?
well, you just have like you'd have the exact same thing as a like your 661 body armor. You'd have that, but rather than pads, you've had mini airbags that
little
explode.
airbags,
You know what I mean?
But you'd need that to be in like quite a tight outer garment, so that you didn't just like go off. Next to your head.
Yeah. But it wouldn't be like a main overcloak.
So basically,
I
It'd be
feel like if it
if
was like that,
what
it
you
wouldn't
need-
do much difference compared
What
to
you
pads.
need, right, is
Probably not.
like quite a tight fitting Gore-Tex over the top
Yeah,
of it,
yeah.
so that it just goes.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to be
I don't
like
know.
a base layer
I
rather
just
than
don't think
a,
you're going
I mean,
fast enough
other
like
fabric brands are available.
that. I mean,
But then you
What
need
do you
to
mean not going fast enough?
you need to
Did
find.
you see the damage I did, but without going really that fast at all?
I get it with the motorbike dudes and the GP. Yeah, MotoGP. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree
it is
with
a
them.
It is a different
But
story,
come on,
innit?
they're travelling.
Yeah.
They're doing 200
What
miles
are
an
you trying to
hour.
say? You trying to say
Do
we're
you know what I'm
not?
saying? Come on.
Has there been any interesting car stuff? Oh, hang on a minute, with Formula 1.
Formula 1.
Rolex have pulled out.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Rolex are
Yeah,
gone.
I've
Yeah,
had
yeah.
No longer will they, allegedly.
I'm sure Tag Heuer will be
They're like,
stomping
Oh,
in there
yeah.
and rapping
but
right
apparently,
nuts.
at 50 million a year, that's what they used to pay F1.
Yeah.
I'm like, that doesn't seem like a lot for all that global
mate,
branding.
they're-
Like,
on everything.
You
They
make
were
that
everywhere.
a
Everywhere
10,
you saw
see
it,
what I mean?
Rolex.
it's like probably the most visually like identifiable and seen brand on telly over a Grand Prix. Certainly Vegas. It was, you know what I mean? It's like all cameras were pointed at Vegas, and literally everywhere you looked there was a Rolex on.
Oh yeah.
Every Monaco. It's like it's everywhere. It's like
Monaco,
50 million a year for that. It's like
Yeah,
that's
I
a
mean-
bargain if you're Rolex.
Formula
Oh, yeah,
1
yeah,
must have
100%.
something else up the sleeve, mustn't
Do you reckon they've figured that out and gone like that? It's
Yeah.
going to be like 500 million.
Yeah. How
It's
much
just
are
like
they making?
all around the
The
track,
advertising
all
they're
around the
getting.
track,
Yeah,
up and down
that's
the
right.
start finish straight. It's all pure Rolex.
Everywhere. They're getting a load of
No, well.
publicity, so.
And Ferrari's technical chief has left,
Oh, yeah, he has, hasn't he?
resigned, stamped his feet and gone. Which does now adding more weight to the
open
Yui
that door,
towards
doesn't it?
Ferrari,
A little bit more.
doesn't it?
The door's creaking open and open.
I am disappointed that it's not Williams. I know my initial was Ferrari, and then I was like, no, Williams. The fairy tale is actually Ferrari. He's never worked with Lewis Hamilton, and he's never designed a Ferrari in his career. So it's like he's done everything else, and he gets like that's right there now.
That's it.
He can literally
It's
go
like
like
say the door's opening further for that time.
I have done everything.
Aston Martin have swapped their CEO. It's no longer Martin Whitmarsh, former McLaren. But he was, I don't know, you can only imagine him having a conversation with Lawrence Stroll about like getting rid of fucking Lance. Do you know what I mean? Lawrence, he's going to have to go, he's shit. Lawrence like that, but he's my son. But he's shit.
Yeah, come on.
He's like that, I don't care how shit it is. I bought a Formula 1 team for him to always have a drive.
That's right,
So this is the conversation we can have.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? In a Canadian, like, booming voice. Lawrence Stroll.
He stayed.
He stayed there, so yeah, they've swapped them out. Any other major jackets?
Well, just back to the Formula 1. If we would have been here last week, we would have spoke about the incident between Norris and Verstappen.
That was in episode 17.
Which, from what I saw, was a good race between them. And I don't get all the hoo-ha about the like what Max was doing. There was at one point they come into a right-hander. Max has got the line. He's there, and Norris makes a dart. With that, Max just does that and protects his line. And they were kicking off on the radio. Norris was going, "Did you see that? Did you see that? He can't do that." For me, the guy's racing. He's in front of you and he can do that. And as for the incident that happened, where they came together, and everyone's blaming Max. Norris was behind him and he did that. Come
it's
on,
6 to 1, half a dozen of the other, right? These have known each other, like going back to childhood, all through karts. They know how each other drives. Do you know what I mean? They've driven billions of laps on simulators, racing each other. They are known to each other. Do you know what I mean? On all sorts of levels.
But the guys are racing. Come on, let them race for God's sake. Let's not have this big hoo-ha about maybe he's covered once. I thought the rule was you can't cover twice.
So
but they were kicking off because he went round. But on the actual incident,
you're not allowed to change that. You're not allowed to move in the braking zone.
In the braking zone.
Everybody else is going, that's not fair, right? He's moving in the braking zone.
He's not braking.
I'm braking and he's moving. And Max Verstappen's like that. I'm not even on the brakes.
braking.
Do you know what I mean? He's like, I'm just going to go deeper and deeper and
My
deeper.
braking zone is your braking zone.
I'm going to brake that late.
So if he wants to make a move,
if your balls aren't big enough for you to get closer to the corner before you brake, he's like, he literally is to defend that. He just waits for the other person to brake, and as soon as he sees them disappearing in his mirrors, he hits the brake. And that's how he gets away with not moving in the braking zone. He's moving, but he's not braking.
All the blame seemed to be like going towards Max, and for me, it wasn't. It was like say 50-50.
Yeah, I reckon
it was just one of them racing incidents. Let the boys race.
Nothing.
I think what Lando should have figured out, right, is Max, no matter how well you know him and how much paddle you play, Max is always going to be Max Verstappen. Yeah. It's almost like predictably. Yeah. That's how you race him. You know if I go here, he's going to move that way to cut me off. So dummy him and set it up for the cutback. Do you know what I mean? Because you know he's not patient enough to defend the cutback. He'll be aggressive on where he thinks you're going to be. He'll brake later than you, guaranteed. So don't brake until it literally is the last second. So if he out-brakes you, he's going to go off the track. So you just brake hard.
I watched a bit of an interview with Max last week.
Don't racing driver like that.
If I what?
And they were asking various amounts of questions and stuff like that. And one of the questions was, when you were younger, who did you want to be like? Who was your idol? Who did you want to be like? And he went, no one. I was like, what? I said, no one. I just wanted to be like myself. I wanted to be myself.
Yeah.
Of course, you look at other racers and go, but I never, he said, I didn't want to be like him. I was just like, I wanted to be myself. And that's what he's done, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Whilst you're up, passes the wine.
Yeah, so he's an individual and he'll race his style and you'll never change him.
Yeah.
And go for it.
It's not like it's a surprise.
Yeah.
That's what I can't get. It's a bit like what? You've all like followed his career. He hasn't changed in any of it. The only reason you've not seen it for a couple of years is because he's been that far out front. He's not mad to drive like that,
Yeah.
but you back him into a corner,
and
he's going to bite you.
He's going to show his teeth.
That's it. That's his style.
That's what it is.
And
Like,
I'd just like to get back to it again. I'd just like to see him race. Just let him race. Always.
Stop complaining. Stop bickering. Stop making it into a drama.
Racing incidents happen.
So then you would have thought that 1 week later, British Grand Prix, exact opposite situation, Lando would be like, screw you, Verstappen. Do a full prost on him, do you know what I mean?
But
Hey, some people just don't.
But anyway, we have got to say it. I know it's you have a contrary opinion to me. Actually, good to see Lewis Hamilton win the British Grand Prix.
I think it's good for a change.
It's good. Lando could have won it had he stopped a lap earlier and put those new mediums on.
Absolutely.
He would have just got Lewis at the end and been able to defend from Max, and he'd have been laughing. Unfortunately,
because Max was getting faster and faster on them hard, so he was
one lap behind all day when they pitted Piastri. They pitted him late rather than double stacking him. They just seemed to make the call late all day. If you know what I mean, if they'd have been like 30 seconds quicker on all the calls they made, they would have had a completely different race. But you know, they were dead cool about it. Was it Formula One?
That's it.
That's about it.
I think we'll just wait for Dan to sit back down with his beer.
We've not heard anything from Troddy. We've not done sandwiches.
I mean, I think the last couple of weeks has been pretty like under the radar anyway, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the way it is.
Yeah, that's definitely the word. Eventful, but without anything to report on. HQ still cool. Like loving the HQ. We've got a new mic. You should be able to hear us this week.
What's the mic? I went go-karting today, smashed them.
I saw that. I'm guessing that was your time that you put in your story. I was like...
It was like that. He messaged me, I've been go-karting today. I was like that. Just no message, did you win? Of course I did. Like that. You know what I messaged him back.
Consistent times as well.
On that note.
Consistent times as well.
So we know episode 17, I think we should make as room 101. So if there's ever anything like that, I'm sure we've talked about that before. You're like, it could have been episode 17. Yeah. That's where like it's the Bermuda Triangle of episodes. It may or may not have happened.
Round topic one.
Like that. Wasn't that week?
All the controversial stuff that we talked about on episode.
Oh, hang on a minute. We've got when's the fights coming up? Have we got like when's this?
Tyson's in November.
Yeah, it's November.
November, Tyson.
Okay, what about the other two Bellends?
It is Jake Paul versus Mike Perry in 10 days, 9 days.
Have we got, he's not just Chisora having a go at Thingy for like world number 2. I'm sure I've seen some adverts for it. Derek Chisora and, you know,
I don't know.
people who lost their championship bouts to... I was going to say the fight you watched.
Oh!
Fury,
Tyson Fury, I mean, he's fighting. Is he fighting again later in the year?
He's got to fight Usyk again,
That's right.
Rematch clause.
Usyk's going to...
Split decision call.
Usyk's going to have to, innit?
You just knock him out. That's all I can think of. So probably not going to do a show next week because we'll be in Silverstone doing Formula Student. Honestly, Naomi has literally like... I'm sorry for being such a pain in the ass this week. I don't never ever speak to her like from one year to the event really, other than like the odd kind of conference call with people and stuff like that. But otherwise, it's just like we just get it on with it in the background and that sound. Well, like then there's one day when I ring her twice in one day. Like on the one day after I crashed my bike, like hi, well, what? She's like, what's happened? Everything all right? I'm like, oh, how do you know? She's like, you've never rung me twice in one day. Never. Like, is everything all right? I'm like, oh my. So we managed to get that sorted out. Got health and safety sign off on us two being broken, and then I had to ring her again to tell her that he's dislocated his shoulder. Oh, dude, honestly, you couldn't write it. So we've had like changes of hotels, changes of like access passes, like all sorts. It's been hilarious.
That's Formula Student.
Stuff happens.
So yeah, can't wait. Always a good laugh. Can't wait to see the team. This has got to be like 14 or 15th year for me now. So,
you're getting up there, you know.
Lifetime Achievement Award soon. I'm gonna. I want to see if I can become like an honorary doctor.
When did you get that? After 20 years, is it?
I don't know. You know, like Jeremy Clarkson got an honorary doctorate for being a dick.
It's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah,
it's got like a, so like I'm like, can I get like, can I use the like with the letters?
Friends of Imeki.
Colin Hudson, Imeki.
Friend of the show.
Honorary like associate of the whole thing, just for shits and giggles.
Just Colin Hudson, Imeki.
Imeki, yeah.
Doesn't say what you
Chartered
do.
engineer, well, honorary. Sounds even better though, doesn't it? Honorary chartered engineer.
Yeah, definitely.
Chartered engineer, honorary chartered.
Another word.
Yeah.
It's a big word.
Honorary.
Honorary.
Associate of the Institute of Mechanical Engineers. That was cool. We went down there and visited that. But anyway, that was also in episode 17. So, have we done is that it?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
We done?
We're done.
So.
Any other business?
No,
All
I
right.
don't think so.
Nothing much.
Thank you for joining us, although we didn't really talk about much.
Not much
gone
has
a little
happened.
bit,
Just
Deal
wasted
with
a bit
it.
of your time.
That's it.
And until next time,
Keep it redline.
Boom.
We're getting better at that.
Yeah, definitely.
That was kind of like a bit scary, if I'm honest.